This is Chanel Bunger with the Becker Private Equity and Business Podcast. And today I'm thrilled to have with me best-selling authors, co-founders of ProAssisting, and power couple, Ethan and Stephanie Bull. Ethan and Stephanie, it's a pleasure to have you today. Could you take a moment and introduce yourselves and talk a bit about your careers? Ethan, we'll go ahead and start with you.
Sure. Thank you very much for having us. We're career executive assistants. I got my start in the entertainment industry and then transferred over to advertising and then ended my W-2 executive assisting career at a healthcare network, assisting the CEO of a $2 billion healthcare network with 16,000 employees. And then from there, Stephanie and I started ProAssisting, which is a remote fractional executive assistant agency where we partner C-suite executives, entrepreneurs, non-executive board directors with great fractional executive assistant support.
Hi, Chanel. Thanks again for having us. I came from the world of finance where I was executive assistant to two different hedge fund CEOs of multi-billion dollar funds and served as a right hand / chief of staff to those folks. From there, I made a transition to be executive assistant to the CEO of J. Crew, Mickey Drexler. And as Ethan said, after that, we transitioned to ProAssisting.
Well, thank you so much. Those are both amazing career journeys and an impressive amount of experience between the two of you. Now, could you talk a little bit about your book, The 29-Hour Workday?
Yeah, sure. The 29-Hour Workday, the subtitle is A High Performer's Guide to Leveraging Your EA. It's really an instruction manual gained from both Stephanie's and my career experience of partnering with high-level executives as their executive assistant, and really how to get the best and the most out of your partnership and really give you back more time in your day. And the 29 hours, the extra 5 hours per day references our 5 performance multipliers, which is being a business partner, a chief of staff, a project manager, an assistant / scheduler, and a personal assistant.
Thank you. And moving forward, Stephanie, you could take this one. Can you tell us more about what you do at ProAssisting and if there's any trends that you're watching in the remote assistant realm?
Yeah, so we match high performing executive assistants with business owners, non-executive board directors, and our assistants. They are people that come from roles where they would command 6 figures in major metropolitan areas. And so they have wonderful resumes and wonderful experience. And we are matching them with folks that are looking for remote executive support.
Thank you. And did you want to add anything to that, Ethan?
I would just say, in terms of the trends that we're looking at, obviously AI is top of mind, and how we can integrate that into our service in terms of training and teaching our assistants different ways to leverage that technology. We do believe that the level of hospitality that our executive assistants provides isn't going to be taken over by AI anytime soon, but leveraging that technology has definitely been on the forefront of our mind over the last few months since ChatGPT 3, 3.5, and 4 have come out.
That's exciting. Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about ChatGPT. And what are some of the specific ways that you're utilizing that right now?
I'm personally using it to help me craft emails. It's a simple plugin that you can then use to draft emails in a very simple way. That's been very interesting. I also don't like to lose fact of the site that we have been using it for a long time. When you're typing something in Google and there's a suggestion in terms of what to complete next for the sentence. Apple has also been leveraging that through their system when Siri suggests adding someone to your contacts or creating a meeting invite based off of a text message. So understanding where it's showing its head and how you interact with that I think is important. That's just a couple of the ways that I've been experimenting, if you will, and leveraging it.
Thank you. That's very helpful. And we're creeping up to the halfway point in 2023. What are some of the things that you're excited about going forward into the year?
Well, we're really obviously excited about our book and the audio version that has come out recently. And we're also really excited about a new arm of the business that we are planning to launch in the fall of 2023, where we're going to have a membership based sort of community forum for executive assistants to ask questions. We are planning to lead some seminars and training. And so that's something that we're working on right now.
That will really round out our business in terms of obviously supporting clients is what's gotten us this far. We're going to continue to grow that side of the business, but we also want to take care of the executive assistant population that we interact with and maybe isn't the right fit for us from a client perspective. But, really as career executive assistants, we would long for this kind of training and community and mentorship, if you will, to make sure that we're covering all of our bases and that we're doing the best that we can in the service we provide.
Thank you. That sounds really exciting. And we'll have to get you back on here after you got that going just to see how that's going for you. And you both have amazing careers and very impressive careers. What are some pieces of advice that you'd give to emerging founders?
Chanel, I would say the number one thing for me in my experience is to place trust in your executive assistant. And for someone who is a high performer, typically a type A personality, it can be really challenging to sort of let go of some of that control, if you will. But placing trust in your assistant, knowing that they have your back, and trusting their judgment in communication and in situations where they're representing you in your office are huge. And the relationship can only grow from there as a true partnership when you have that trust.
And I would just add that with the rise of the internet, and now that coming on the other side of the pandemic, remote work, hybrid work has really come into the forefront, that there are so many different options for emerging leaders to leverage to get the support that is specific to them. They don't necessarily have to hire a full-time employee. And there are options that range from obviously the virtual assistant who's supporting you from the Philippines, all the way through to a service like ours, which is much more boutique and personalized. And these services, as you are an emerging leader, can be a bridge to that point where you could then hire a full-time assistant that is in office and able to handle both things in person as well as work remotely and handle the things you need through technology. So the options are really endless. And I just want to stress that there are so many options out there for people who maybe feel overwhelmed or feel like their time in their business is not being spent as productively as it could.
Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. And where can people find out more about the 29-hour workday and ProAssisting?
We have a website, www.proassisting.com, as well as both Stephanie and I are active on LinkedIn, Stephanie Bull, Ethan Bull, as well as ProAssisting. And we're happy to talk to anybody who wants to explore their options for support. Even if ProAssisting isn't the right fit, it's all about matching the right support with the needs of the client, even if it's outside of ProAssisting, because down the road, we may be a right fit, or you may know someone in your network who could leverage ProAssisting. So I do encourage people to schedule a free consultation with us, and we can talk about your needs and what you're experiencing and really dig into the options.
Thank you. And I'd also love to thank you both for joining me today and sharing some insights. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chanel.
Thanks a lot.